Aha. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. Me, my boy, Mr. Eagle Fanatic, myself, your boy, Mr. E-EAZY, No Easy Outlet, the podcast. Introduce yourself to the people again in
What's
case they
going on,
forgot.
y'all? It's Randy again.
Yeah, we back for another one.
Another one.
The pecking order post-game recap with your boy, two Eagles fans, coming to talk to Eagles Nation about what we saw today. What'd you see today? What'd you see today? We went into this game. If they saw the other videos, they saw the pregame predictions when we did our season predictions. We did the record. We covered this game. We made score predictions for this game. I had 31-17. You had 24-14, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. I had to look back on that. Yeah, man. I don't know. I've seen a lot. Game well looked good at the beginning. You know what I mean? But
It was a
then
shocker. That was a shocker to me.
To be honest with you, though, it looked like they kind of drifted away from them there after like halftime, man.
Did it surprise you? The reports said Gainwell was listed as the number one on like the depth chart, but you don't put a lot of stock into them preseason depth charts, and it turned out Gainwell was not only the number one, he was the main focal point of I think like the first 2 to 3 drives between catching and running. We saw a lot of Gainwell. I like what I saw from him.
Yeah, I was surprised when I seen he was number one, but he turned out and looked. I was impressed. You know, wow, we got us a number one. He looked good. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. But with that, man, I mean, he looked good, but offensive line, like I said, kind of sketch, you know what I mean? This brings me back to what I said the last video we made.
If you saw the video, you gotta give credit where credit is due. He said them not playing in the preseason could come back to bite us, especially in week 1. And we saw it last year with the Lions. We saw them get out to a fast start and then slow down, and the Lions came back. And I felt like I could be wrong. I don't know what you saw, but when I was watching, I'm sure you agree with me, I saw the same thing I saw last year. I saw us get out to a fast start, 16-0, looking like we wasn't just going to be able to stop. We at 16-0, which should have been 17-0. Jake Elliott, we're going to get this extra point stuff together because we love you on the field goal, you money dependable, but we know you shaky on an extra point or two at any given time. We're going to get that together. But should have been 17. Got out to a fast start. I think us and the announcers thought that this game was going to be a massacre and over early.
Yes.
And fatigue.
I think we all thought that.
Yeah, I mean, I know I was expecting to run from there. The dogs was out the gate. I said, we're going to run.
I was looking for like a 30-point lead before halftime, man. That's what I was thinking.
Fatigue and weather played a part in what happened, if you ask me. That's why
I agree.
I know it's a lot of Eagles fans going to be jumping all over the place, all over Hurts, all over Brian Johnson, the new offensive coordinator. I, myself, was kind of crushing the new defensive coordinator as well. But like I say, with week 1, you got to take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt.
But I'll give it to him, man. We stepped up there at the end of the game. We got our sacks, which we had talked about earlier in the game. We didn't have nothing. What we end up with 2?
Yeah, I think like two, because they got a half a sack apiece on the first one. But see, that.
And I hate to say this though, and this brings me to another thing. Fletcher Cox going down. You know, I realized we didn't get a sack until we took Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox went down, and we had
Carter
and Davis and Milton Williams and them in there. Did you not notice that?
I did.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The defense front kind of looked a little bit nicer.
It's a little bit more younger, energetic. I can see that too.
But then again, having them guys get hurt like that, you know what I mean? I didn't see Carter out there much, which kind of.
I saw Jalen Carter, the rookie, get a sack when it mattered most at the end of the game. That was his sack, that second one. It was him alone.
But no, what I'm saying is I would have liked to have seen him more. They scouted about him too so much.
Yeah, but this is Philadelphia. We got big names. We got big dollars on the line in Brandon Graham. and Fletcher Cox, rightfully so. Yeah, and so those guys are. We saw this with like Alshon Jeffrey and them. They're going to let these guys play, even if they have borderline production because they're paying them. But what I liked is, even in limited snaps, you felt his presence. I saw Carter make a help assist on the tackle. I saw him in there. I saw Jordan Davis.
Oh, don't get me wrong. When I seen him, he was there.
But this brings me back to my thing. With I said the defensive coordinator is a question. All I heard was it's going to be more aggressive than Jonathan Gannon and everything. And to be honest, I did not see aggression.
If you ask me, I seen the same thing I seen with Jonathan as I see in this new guy.
Yeah, we relied on our big names to do what they do up front. No corner blitzes, no safety blitz, no design for a linebacker looping around to come on a delayed blitz. Nothing. No creativity to the defense. It looked like what we ran in the preseason. Very vanilla, just relying on guys to make plays. That's not going to get it done in the long run. Mac Jones almost completed a possible comeback. Thank God that second foot was not in bounds. Thank God the second foot was not in bounds. I was going to flip, and I might have lost the TV tonight if they called that a catch after robbing A.J. Brown of a catch that was almost similar, and he actually got both feet in bounds. I would have probably lost the TV. I'd have been on here asking for donations so I could watch the next game because I would have lost the TV tonight. Right. That was crazy. That was wild to me. I think the refs also had some rust they needed to get off because that was wild. A couple of them calls, no calls, was just wild.
Questionable. Telling you, I just think Tom Brady was there.
Yeah, we already knew that they was going to do anything because Tom Brady was there. It was Tom Brady night. The Eagles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. You know, they got that whole thing, and I knew it was going to be a thing, but I'm glad we survived it. I'm glad we survived it.
Yes, sir. 1-0.
1-0. And at the end of the day, it's victory cigars and victory Monday, free coffee, and all that stuff that come with that, courtesy of the Eagles, this, that, to the third. Yeah, Eagles, go ahead. But there was some things, though. We got some things to work out.
We do.
Saw some, okay. The hit on Jalen Hurts. I'm watching it with a watch party. The hit, the fumble, everybody's going crazy because of the hit, the fumble. Oh, that can't happen. Why was Hurts? No, I don't care about that. The defense is going to be their job to come out here and stop them. Of course they didn't. But I was more concerned about the hit. That was a hellacious hit. I'm like, Hurts cannot take hits.
Did he come out of the tent after that one? I thought I seen him.
Now, they might have walked him in there to check. I didn't see him come out the tent. I seen him
not
on the sideline.
but I seen him come back from behind the bleachers.
I no doubt they probably went to check him out. That hit was that's the hardest hit I've seen Hurts take since he's been an Eagle.
And see, that's my biggest fear. Him taking them hits.
That's my thing. It was week one, and
there was a couple like the one you seen earlier in the game when they twisting them up second.
Yes.
When we were over there watching it, and then what was it? I want to say the first or second quarter, man. Probably the first quarter when we were driving and everything, he took a little hit in the side, and that kind of scared me there. You know
that's the goal. Right on the thigh pad.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We know, and it seems like the refs are allowing these guys to get lay on them and hit him a little bit after. You know, that stuff they do with mobile quarterbacks. I don't like it. Because those stationary quarterbacks, they protect them.
Yes.
And it seems like, at least in today, I saw it looked like he took some very late extra hits. A couple of our guys did.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't just him, you're correct.
Offensively, very shaky after the first quarter. Very shaky. I didn't like it. I'll be honest, I didn't like it. I'm going to chalk it up to the weather. It being week one, and I know these guys haven't played long lengths together. I'm assuming that's going to get shore up. Like, you saw some things that you're not even used to characterizing with Hurts. And, of course, it's after the play. You go back and you look, and it's like, you had Goddard wide open right here. How don't you see him? And it's like, okay, It's early. I know the rain, fog, all that else in the visor, all that stuff. But I'm assuming they're going to clean it up because there was some plays out there to be made. We left some points out there to be scored. We left some yards to be ate up,
Okay.
some catches to be had, and I'm really not worried about the offensive line because I know how good these guys can be. But the field conditions reminded me of the Super Bowl conditions again. It looked like guys had trouble with footing, this, that, to the third. And did we even find out the condition with Slay? Like, what is Slay's condition? Didn't he?
No, that was Bradbury.
Bradbury.
Yeah, that's what that's all, man.
I was,
and who was that took him out? Was
Josh
that Devontae Maddox?
Josh Jobe came in.
Oh,
one of our.
Yeah, man, I thought it was Devontae Maddox, which that's another disappointment right there.
You think Devontae Maddox didn't play good today?
Man, when you look back at the game, when Mac Jones got hot, who was he going after? Who was he going after? Answer me that. Avonte Maddox. Slants across the field. Where's Avonte Maddox? 5 yards behind the wide receiver.
But see, that's why I'm saying this is where the scheme comes in because Avonte looks bad in them situations, but I believe what we saw today was we saw an absence outside of Cunningham of our linebackers. We don't have coverage linebackers. Those slants and underneath routes, they get picked up by the linebackers.
Yeah, but that's his guy. That's his guy, man. That's
but see, that's what I'm saying. This is why we have to know the scheme because at certain points, and depending on if it's zone, what they're running, he can have them to the middle of the field.
Right.
Then his job is to release them. So that's what I'm saying. We don't know the exacts, but our linebackers were absent today. I know Kobe Dean got hurt, but before he got hurt, I didn't see much. I wasn't impressed. I mean, he didn't play a lot neither, and I think it showed tonight. I think it showed.
He was playing off at the tight end way too much. A couple of them drives there. That dude from Miami they picked up, Seki.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. Like you said, other than Cunningham,
I think we still have a problem at linebacker.
I think we got to steal on Cunningham, that's for sure. I think we need to lock
Yeah, he looks
up.
like he's a player. He looks like he's a player.
Indeed.
I know Nicholas Murrow. We brought Nicholas Murrow back to the practice squad, so maybe they'll call him up because once again we don't know what this thing is with Kobe Dean. It seems to be lingering,
and it seems like it's a constant thing. Preseason last year, I believe he was hurt for a little good bit. You know what I mean? Coming into the NFL, he was hurt. He couldn't play. What, that whole preseason, wasn't it? He was out when we drafted him?
Yeah.
Something like that, you know what I mean? It seems like every couple weeks there's something wrong with him.
Well, hopefully he gets healthy, gets back on the field because this defense could definitely use him.
Yeah.
Because I think we definitely need to shore that linebacker situation. I felt like the safeties played pretty good. Blankenship had some shaky moments.
Yes.
But I felt like overall the safeties and the corners, they played. I mean, how much of it is the scheme? That's why I'm worried about the defensive coordinator to decide because I didn't see nothing creative from the defense. It was just very vanilla. Like this was the 4th preseason game to me. I mean, we got a fumble and we got an interception, but we got those when those guys got pressure early in the game. When if we can say we suffered from fatigue and rust, they might have been fatigued and rusted early.
Yeah.
And we because after that the pressure disappeared. After the first quarter, like Mac Jones had a chair like we sitting there doing a post game.
Exactly what I said.
So I'm hoping that they assure that defensive coordinator situation up and decide gets it together. I know this was week 1, but I'm hoping there's a better scheme and plan going forward. But other than that, I mean, Brian Johnson. How'd you feel about the play design? Did you see anything from the offense that you saw? I mean, granted, we didn't have a lot of success at times, but do you think that was just the field conditions, rust, or do you think it had to do with our new coordinator and Brian Johnson?
I do. I think it had to do with a lot of things. Him being new, feeling things out in his first legit matterful game. I also think, you know what I mean, like you said, it's the weather. You know what I mean? But there was times I seen flashes, dude. Like after they called that pass to A.J. Brown,
Yeah.
See what they did after that, man. They moved that ball. You know what I mean? I like the stuff he did. At the beginning, I love what he did. Granted, I think that he, you know what I mean, used game ball too much at the beginning.
Do you think our opinion on this game and Brian Johnson in the offense in a whole is different if Hurts doesn't miss some of them throws that we saw that guys was open? The AJ Brown is a catch. Do you think we look at Brian Johnson in the offense different?
Yes or no?
Maybe more successful because I thought Brian Johnson was. If you talk to me in the first quarter when it's 16-0 and the offense is looking great, I think that Brian Johnson is the best thing since sliced bread.
It wasn't even the offense that looked that great. If you think about it, it was the defense.
Yeah. Okay.
You think about it, we're losing if Darius Slay didn't get that pick six, and if we didn't score, we're losing. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're losing.
Yeah. And the defense stepped up at the end. The offense did.
Yeah.
They stepped up at the end too.
What the offense put up in the first quarter? What is it like?
7.
7, just 7. You know what I'm saying? So you think about
What's
it like
going on,
this.
America?
Halftime is fucking what? 14-7.
Fellas.
Patriots.
Good game, good game,
Yeah,
good game,
what's
good
going
game,
on,
good
bro?
game.
How are you, man? So you know what I mean? Other than that, I don't know. I want to see more. I'm gonna give it to them. The weather was shitty. I want to see what they do next week. Where are we at next week? We're in Philly.
Minnesota, you're on the clock. The menu has been laid out.
Oh, we ain't done about this game yet.
Oh no.
Right.
But you brought up next week, and I'm sure Minnesota's on the menu.
Oh yeah.
And we coming to eat.
We coming.
We coming to eat. We coming to eat.
We coming. Now, you know what I was most excited about tonight? Special teams. I mean, there were still some hiccups.
I want to say we had a missed extra point.
No.
But
I'm talking about on punt return specialist, all that shit. You know what I mean? Not the returns, the coverage.
Okay, yeah, coverage.
You know what I mean? What's his name? Josh Jacoby. That hit he put on that boy. Looks good. Sidney Brown, the guy you've been talking about all preseason.
Yes, raving
that
about
fucking
it.
hit on him, man.
We got some hitters out there.
I'm telling you, dude.
We got some.
telling
Can
you.
we find the returner? Can we find somebody who can change the field for us on the punt or kick return?
I bite my nails every time we got a kick return. Oh man, guys.
I'm surprised, Covey. Congratulations, you're an NFL player. You returning kicks. I am not. But I am surprised this guy does not fumble the ball. Like, I'm on the catch, I'm like, he's going to fumble. Thank God he doesn't. And then on the hit, I'm like, he's going to fumble.
Right.
But he doesn't. Like, it's like an accident waiting to happen. You don't want to look, but you can't turn away. I want a returner that I can feel comfortable with and feel like if he touched the ball, it's a chance. We need that he can take it to the house. We need somebody back there that makes.
Not even take it to the house, not fuck up.
Yeah, not that too.
You know what I mean?
But just that fair, because that's the part that the Eagles are missing, if you ask me. That changes the field. Like when we put Deshaun Jackson back there, we make teams not want to punt to him. So now they punting out of bounds, short punts, shaking it because they don't want to kick it to Deshaun. We don't have that extra aspect. Like they're lining up to kick it to Covey, and they don't care where they kick it to him. Like you don't want to kick it to Deshaun in the middle of the field because you don't want him to have room to play. You want to kind of pin him to the sidelines if you is gonna give him a shot. Like Covey, it doesn't matter. Kick it to him in the middle of the field. Kick him in the center, the left, the right. It don't matter. He's gonna run into your brick wall. He's not going to dodge left. He's not going to dodge right. It's like Covey comes into the game saying, I'm going to truck somebody. He just has a truck stick. He don't have no juke move, no spin move. He just got a truck stick. He just want to truck.
I agree. But I don't know, man. I still think they look pretty good. Those two guys. I'd like to see them out there on defense, man. I think they bring something special.
Who knows? The way it's looking next week, you might see Carter and Davis starting. They might tell us that Fletcher Cox got something they're gonna be nursing slow, so that's gonna slide them into the rotation.
Well, and boom, we'll see from there. So all I'm saying is them big guys up front look good. Like you said, I didn't see Carter enough. I would have liked to see him some more. But what we've seen out of him, it looked good.
Yes.
And Jordan Davis. I don't know, man. They didn't talk about him much in the preseason. But look at that man out there balling. He's
Yeah,
getting it.
yeah.
I'll give it to him.
He got his
Props.
boys. He got his boys. It's
Got
one
it.
thing to go to work, but it's another thing to go to work when you got your homies. And yeah, and it's like yeah, they out there. They're gonna be having fun. They're having fun. I'm not really worried about the offense. I feel like better weather conditions, another week of practice, they're gonna clean this up.
Yeah.
I know one thing. If there's one thing I do know, I know that Hurts is not happy with this win.
And I know the offensive line, Jason Kelsey, is not happy with the way that line played.
I'm sure
I'm
him and
not.
Lane Johnson both.
I'm not happy with Lane Johnson because he missed that block and got Jalen Hurts sacked early in the game against that Judon dude.
Yeah, but
He missed that block. He didn't pick it up. I saw. Yeah, man, I watched it. I was watching it. I'm telling you.
now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again
Yeah.
on the recap just to get the fine and tunes and
Yes.
pick out the
I
little.
believe it was
But
the second
but,
quarter.
we know that we're not gonna get a lot of that from Lane.
No.
We know we're
No.
not gonna get a lot of that from Lane.
This
But
brings me back to we should have played our starters at least a quarter or two in the third preseason game.
You said it. You said it. I mean, but